Coaches, it's summertime, which means it's 7-on-7 season. And today on the channel, we're going to talk about 3 wide receiver drills everybody should be doing if you want to be successful. Stay tuned. Coaches, welcome back to Air Raid Nation. This is Coach Coltharp coming to you again, and today we're going to look at something we probably haven't done a whole lot of on the channel. We have some videos about drills and things on the channel, but today I want to show you 3 wide receiver drills that I've learned over the years that I think are really effective, especially for 7-on-7 season. I get so many tweets and messages from guys asking me about 7-on-7 offense and things like that, and I really don't believe in 7-on-7 offense. I think if you have a 7-on-7 offense, unless you're just a 7-on-7 coach, I don't think that's something you really should do. But these are a couple of drills that maybe aren't used as much as they probably should be that I thought I would show you. And I got some video of the drills and I'm gonna show you as we move forward into the video. But if these are the type of videos you want to see more of, man, please, man, like the video, man. If we can get to 150 likes, I know real quick that this is the kind of the stuff that you want to see this summer, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, like 60% of you guys haven't, man, I would really appreciate it, man. We're on a run to 10,000. We want to get there so we can grow the Air Raid Nation and provide more content for more coaches. All that being said, man, I appreciate you guys checking me out. Now let's jump into the content. All right, coaches, here we are, and the first drill that I want to talk to you about is called the slip release. And I learned a lot of this stuff from my guy Lonnie Galloway up at Carolina. Lonnie is one of the top wide receiver coaches in the country. Just had 2 or 3 guys get picked up or get some NFL looks and a couple of guys drafted and things like that. But Lonnie has been all over the country. He worked at West Virginia. He's worked, East Carolina, just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet too, as far as wide receiver coaches are concerned. So, I've had this for a long time. So I wanted to kind of share this slip release drill for you, because a lot of times we work pat and go, we work settle and news, but we really don't work these drills kind of individual because we're so team oriented. So especially if you got some guys who maybe don't play defense or something like that, and you got time and you have a big enough staff to separate and get some individual work. And these are some kind of things that will really help you, especially in the summertime when you're going to go to 7-on-7. Nobody believes in a neutral zone. Everybody thinks you can beat everybody up and all this other kind of stuff. So I thought it would be kind of neat to let's look at this slip release, and you can see it in a couple of angles, and let's talk about what's important. And so, most of our air raid offense, we talk about this outside release. And you can see right here how the receiver, I went back just a little too far, how the receiver is gonna give that outside release nod right there with his head and try to get a man turn out of that DB, which he does. And then he's going to try to stack him. And you can see from the back view here, a lot of times if you're running slants and things like that, we call this a kind of a diamond release, old school, but you want to give him that little outside jab and then come back inside. But here you can see him going outside, inside, and then getting vertical. So if you got some guys with a little speed talent, you can get away with this. But you can just see it's just kind of a double chop and take off and stack. And here you can see from the back, boom, that outside step, he gets that man turn, and once he gets that, he's coming back inside, and then he's getting really tight in there. So these are kind of drills that you should work on every day. That little tap release, slip release, fake that outside thing. And then here's a game clip. You can kind of see it up top. I believe that's the one we're going to look at. I'm sorry, it's the one down bottom. If you look here, you can kind of see it. Boom, slip release, stack, and then a great ball by Sam. All right, the second drill I think you really need to work on is learning how to have violent hands. I purchased a couple of the little torpedo shields you'll see in the drill this past year because I wanted to be able to work on this. And the bad thing was they showed up like the week before the season was over, so really didn't get to use them. But I hope we're using them more regularly at my next stop. But I think hand placement, and use of hands is kind of underrated with guys who aren't top level wide receiver coaches. And I never played the position, so I definitely don't call myself a top level wide receiver coach. I think I know enough about wide receiver play to get in trouble. So when I get a chance to learn from guys like Lonnie and things like that, I pay attention. But you can see he talks about that single arm chop, that club over, different ways that you can use, hand fighting in your drills. And so let's kind of take a look here. You can see just that little arm over and just working on that slap and release. And notice how those guys don't get too wide when they're slapping. So if you're not using violent hands, you really need to do that. And you can see here's another little drill. And then there's the best one is there's a combination drill in here. And this is the one I love. Okay, I just love this one because you can do this in your pregame. You see how everybody stepped up, and I'm real big about people not standing around. And you can see right here, coach getting his work in. He's watching those hands intently, and watch those receivers as their eyes are on their targets. They're not looking upfield and just flailing aimlessly at their target, but just watch them. Boom, slap, rip. Coming tight. You can do this drill every day. You see him grabbing the hand and going over. And then here's the same thing. You see guy pack, boom. Just these little violent hand drills. And you can see these guys, they're just running their hands hard. So I think this is a really good violent hand type thing. And if you got some great violent hand drills or something, man, or links to other videos, put them down in the comments so everybody who's checking this out can share. All right, guys, and here's kind of the third drill that I really like that coach does, and I think this is something that we have to teach our wide receivers, especially, is about having that body lean and being strong and not getting thrown off of your thing. And this is just a nice simple drill that you can work on that can help you. Just they got a pad, it's not a lot of contact, but you can see these guys releasing and fighting pressure to keep on their line. They're trying to keep their air. They're not going to try to get pressed off of that, guys, and just control that vertical. And you can see it here. Control that vertical so that when you run that 6 call, you're not getting pushed, into the sideline. But how do you practice that lean when these guys are trying to knock you off? And you can see right there, he's just slapping at his hand so the guy doesn't get on him. But using that dummy and practicing that lean, and here you can see a little game film of it. Not allowing yourself, you can see neither one of those guys being able to be picked off of the sideline or pushed into the sideline. I think that's really important. So that's another really simple drill that you can use to help you during 7-on-7 season. All right, guys, I hope today's video really helped you out, man. Those are just 3 kind of, really simple drills, being with the violent hands, using that slip release and fighting pressure. Those are just kind of 3 things I think that if you incorporate into your daily practice schedules, you can, you can really improve, especially during 7-on-7 season as you move into the fall, as you start training your younger wide receivers to be elite playmakers. Like I said, man, if you love these kind of videos and you want to see more of breaking down different drill tapes and talking about different types of things, man, I would love if you guys would drop a like on the video. If we can get to 150 likes, man, that lets me know this is kind of what you want to see. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I really would appreciate it. Here's some recommended videos right here next to me that you can check out. And as always, spin it to win.